Deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la, la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la, la 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 la. Don we now our gay apparel, fa la 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 la. Troll the ancient Yuletide carol, fa la 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 la, la 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 la.
Ho, ho, ho. You won't believe the transformation the tech team make to this cow that's doing the crisscross. Sometimes Rudolph does this whenever he's dancing.
Hello folks, this cow in the crush has got something quite strange going on with her front feet. Just look at how she was standing before I got her in. Let's see if we can find what's causing this cow's discomfort. These girls here are here for moral support for this cow while we do our best to fix her. You could also give me some moral support today and hit that subscribe button. So we need to identify which front foot is causing this cow the discomfort, and it could possibly be both of them. But I'm going to start this trim off on this cow like you do with every other cow on the front left hoof. I'm not sure what's up with this front left foot. It is a little bit overgrown here, so I'm going to trim that down with the grinder. But I do notice as I look over at the front right foot, there is a splitting here, so that is never a good sign. So thankfully for this cow, it doesn't appear that she's got too bad front feet. Just that one that I can see the splitting in the white line up at the heel area. But this one here just looks like it's going to benefit from a nice trim and rebalancing. And just to give you a little shot of the levelness before we let this foot down, you can see that. Nice and level. And just as I finished trimming this cow's front left foot, guess who's arrived on the farm? The #1 dosser and the #1 cow fan. The #1 cow fan seems to be asleep, but the #1 dosser is very much awake.
It's National Smile Day, Gareth, and I've just figured out that by smiling, it's a cheap and effective way of improving my looks.
Hello Eloise. And that right there is Eloise's face when she realises there's a cow nearby. She's more excited to see them than she is her dad. Wow, this cow's just brought me a coffee. I'll chat my visitors better once I've this cow trimmed. So while I'm trimming her, at least I've got a coffee to drink. So it really is clear that this front left foot is the claw that the cow is favouring as being the lame one whenever she's walking. So it's very big, obviously, as you can see, but there's quite a bit to deal with here. The outer claw does look quite normal, so that's good. It's going to have no problem taking a block, which we're definitely going to have to put onto this cow. This here is very overgrown and very split up the side here, which can be quite tricky to access, but we'll do our best in making this cow comfortable. So why was this cow crossing her legs? We all know it wasn't because she was waiting to go to the toilet. Cows just do that where and when they feel. Really what she was doing here, she was crossing her legs so that she could put the weight on this claw when it was over the other side instead of standing normally. More weight would have been transferring through this here claw, so it's no wonder she was crossing her legs so she could get the weight of herself, the front half of her, onto this claw and alleviating the pressure of this herself. It's quite obvious that this cow's foot won't be healed in a week or two. This is quite significant, so we're going to have to put on more of a slow wear / non-wear hoof block, so it's going to stay there for longer. So with the block set now, I don't know if you can actually see, there's actually quite a crevice in here. For some of you that like a close-up, this here, some of the corium has come out here, and these here are all massive chunks of loose horn which all need to come off obviously, but it's just taking them slow that we just end up taking what we need off. Wee bit of a wash just shows me better where the corium is visible and where I am going with the removal of my loose horn. Start with these bits here. This is split the whole way up to the top here. Now this is all the loose horn removed from around this here, and as you can see here, the corium is bulging out. I'll do a slight close-up now in a wee second, but we've removed all of that loose horn. We cannot remove this here as it's live tissue. When the pressure's off it, it will shrink back in when the stress is off it.
Papa?
Hello, Eloise.
What's that? That's where your milk comes from.
That's where your milk comes from, Eloise.
Papa?
No, it's down there. Some spot for you.
But the fact that the pressure is now off it with this hoof block on, it's now taking the weight. That corium, or area that was bulged out there, the pressure will be off it. So that there will allow it to shrink back in because it's no longer getting aggravated. It's going to be such a relief to this cow to get all that weight and all that pressure off that real sore pressure point. Let's get her out of the crush, see how she's walking, and finally I can enjoy the rest of that coffee. Come on, girlie. Come on, girl. Ta-ta. Thank you, Eloise. So this little treat from Eloise will certainly help the coffee break. Folks, that's all we've time for in this video, but we'll see you on the next one when we bring you the recheck of that cow 0779 to see what progress she's making. Until then, take care. Hello folks, and welcome back to the recheck of cow 0779. I think she's quite glad to see me. Last time she was crisscrossing both of her front feet to try and take the weight off that really sore area. The first day we trimmed her, Tom and Eloise came to visit. No sign of them today, but let's get on and see how this cow has recovered. The block's still on thanks to Black Magic Glue, so this recheck is hopefully off to a good start. This is exactly 3 weeks from we last seen this cow. It's looking good. It looks like this wall horn has started to repair itself. Obviously the block's still on, it's going to be a great help. So I'm going to square this block off, take a little bit of this off with the grinder, and slowly go in up the sidewall just to recheck with the knife. It may need another bandage, but it is looking an awful lot better than 3 weeks ago. So on the second visit to this cow, we've already squared up the block and the toe. We just removed the extra little bit of loose horn that has formed over this past number of weeks. Put another bandage on to give this every chance to make a full recovery. Folks, I did say at the beginning of this video that Tom wasn't here with me today. I went round the back of the crush And Tom has got so much younger looking. And
Thinner looking?
And thinner looking. And I just don't know, is it my eyes? Or can you all see that as well? Wow, this really is incredible. So that young version of Tom at the back of the crush is actually James, and he was helping me at this herd trim. So let's fast forward on to the final recheck of cow 0779. And just like that, folks, I've got cow 0779 back into the crush for the third time, and hopefully we will be able to bring her the recovery that we all want to see. And as we're filming this recheck today, we are starting to enter the dark days of Christmas. But the farmer at this farm is that committed to bringing you the recheck of this farm. When light's a little bit low, he's helping me out. So in the camera studio today, we've got lights from every angle. We've got them from up here in the crush. We've got them over here from the farmer. Farmers really do want their cows to make a full recovery, just as much as we do. So as we can see here, the block has wore away. It's exactly a month from I seen this cow. I think it was the 31st of October, and today is the 26th of November, so I'm not surprised. I think I left half of a block on here for this here to wear away, so it has done that in that month. This looks like it's still quite open, but I'm just going to take it slowly, trim around the edges of it, and hopefully we can see some improvement. The very first time we seen this was a completely open crack, and it had a lot of healing to do. It looks like it's done quite a bit, even from the last day. I'm just getting up to the top of this, where normally is the last place to heal, so that looks like it's starting to close over nicely. So obviously, as I said there, the first day this here was completely open and cracked down the side, right the way from here, the whole way up to here. So it is all closed over nicely, and if I feel this, this here is still a little bit soft, but it has closed over, and it is closed to infection. So I put on this block here, just to allow this to strengthen up. This whole hoof will grow out the way it used to be, because there's no infection in it, there's nothing stopping it, it's now healthy, but it is just a little bit soft. And this block is a wooden wedge block, so it's going to wear down over the next month or so, which is just perfect time for this here to make its last bit of recovery, just in time for Christmas. Hello folks, I hope you are having a great Christmas day, and I hope probably at this stage you have the dinner in you. I'm going to pass over to Pastor Nathan for just a little word this Christmas day.
Thank you, Gareth. I think by now Gareth is away to have his Christmas Day afternoon nap, or maybe he's away to do the dishes. I'll let you decide. But folks, it's Christmas Day. More than the turkey, more than the presents, there is a bigger story. Jesus was born in a stable 2,000 years ago. But what does that mean for you and me? Well, just like that poor cow that you've seen, that because of discomfort in his life, because of things that were going on in his body, there became a cross in his situation. But you know, because of a problem in the world, which was sin, the wrong things humanity have done, it caused a cross in history where Jesus came and died upon it. But the good news is he did it for you and he did it for me. And the wonderful message of Christmas is this, that through Jesus there is forgiveness and there is peace with God. God wants to know you and me personally, and that cross is the way that we can know that this Christmas. Have a great day, and I pray you have a peaceful day in all the celebrations.
Let's get her out of the crush and see how perfectly she's walking, just in time for December. Absolutely fantastic result for that cow, and I'm really delighted. First day I was seeing her, she was crossing her front feet with the discomfort from that sore foot. So she's walking perfectly. She doesn't need to crisscross anymore. Well, she can if she wants, but only when she's dancing. Take care, folks. See you on the next one.
Whoa, that really brings me joy to see how these cows' hooves can be fixed and fully restored. Great job, lads. I hope you have a lovely Christmas. These 12 hooves have flown by. See you tomorrow for the last one.